Welcome to the Discovering Disney podcast.
I'm Morgan, and I love Disney.
I'm Leo, and I didn't grow up with Disney.
We're going through all the movies to educate Leo on the magical world of Disney.
I'll be talking about my observations I had while watching the movies.
And I'll hit him with facts and information.
Want to start us off, babe?
Sure, babe. Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs was released in 1937 and was based on a classic German folktale. The original version of the story was much darker, containing themes of death, torture, and cannibalism. With a runtime of 83 minutes, it was the first full-length feature film that completely used hand-drawn cell animation. It took 3 years, featured over 250,000 individual drawings, and cost a whopping $2 million. In today's money, over $35 million. Critics called it Walt's folly because they were certain it would fail, but joke's on them, it grossed $6 million in opening weekend alone. That's $105 million in today's money. The multiplane camera was developed specifically for this movie to create depth and animation. Walt earned an honorary Oscar for significant screen innovation. The statue had one regular-sized Oscar, followed by 7 tiny ones. The film contains a large number of Disney legends, including background artist Claude Coates, animator Ward Kimball, and animator Mark Davis. It's also one of my favorite Disney movies of all time, and Snow White has been my favorite princess for literally my entire life. So, no pressure or anything, but what did you think?
I really enjoyed the movie. From beginning to end, I loved its animation. I know during you had said it was great for its time. And I didn't know it was 37?
1937.
1937. Yeah. That's freaking crazy, especially when it when the queen is transforming into the witch, you know, and it goes to the animations, or even the forest scene when Snow White was going through the forest and like she was getting caught in these trees and like the branches and stuff like that, but you saw the branches were turning into fingers, you know, and she had fell down like that little hole or whatever, and you had seen there was like an eye, so it kind of looked like she fell into a mouth or something. And then obviously the more obvious ones are when she falls into the lake and the driftwood turns into like alligators or something like that.
That scene always terrified me as a kid. Like, I loved the movie, but I had to hide when that scene came out. And when it opened, they actually had to replace the upholstery on the chairs at the place where it opened because so many kids wet themselves out of fear.
Oh, well, that's interesting. That's actually pretty spooky. Like, I don't blame them either, because that actually was a spooky scene. And like, watching it now, you know, for the first time, obviously, because I've never seen this movie. Even the part when the queen was transforming herself, when she put the potion together and like the atmosphere
and you can see the bones in her hands.
Yeah, that was legitimately spooky. Like,
it's a spooky movie.
Like, watching it now, I wasn't super freaked out, but I was like, oh, that's...
You were like, oh, I could see.
That's a little, you know? Whoa. So I did take notes throughout the whole movie. You know, I did make a lot of jokes, like, let's see, like... The first instances of her kissing the animals, or like doing, like, I was like, did she just really kiss that fucking bird? Because I'm pretty sure she has like 8 or something. You know, I'm sure she has some sort of disease from that.
It's Disney. Diseases don't exist unless you're a mother.
Bro, like, literally, she probably has AIDS or something. She kissed so many animals, dude. Just not even. Ugh. Anyways, I made an ongoing joke throughout my notes of the bluebirds being Twitter. You know, even like when, oh my god, dude, why did Grumpy have cake? Like, why did Grumpy?
Why was he so thick?
Bro, he knows how to work it. That's the thing. Like, with the whole
when he was playing the organ with his butt,
he knows how to work it. And why does Grumpy have cake? Why did Dopey have cake too? Like,
why is Grumpy a thought?
Bro, I really did want to take a special little segment like giving praise to that whole forest scene, because the animation was great and the sound design and the score was just fucking amazing. I really, really like that.
The sound design in the whole movie was amazing. Like, there were just moments where I'd be sitting there working on my computer, and then I'd hear something and I'd perk up and I'd be like, wow, this was 1937.
Yeah, dude. Like, even like that's just crazy for a movie coming out in 1937 and it being that good in like sound design and the score and the animations. I can't get over it. And man, dude, is Snow White easily entertained? Like,
she's naive, she's innocent,
very, like,
well, in the original Grimm's fairy tale she was 14.
Oh, well, I can tell. Let's see. I made an ongoing joke about the deer and it being Bambi.
Oh Lord, I can only think of what jokes you came up with.
Oh no, I was just like when the deer first appeared, I was like, oh shit, it's Bambi. And then when something had happened and like the mother comforted the little deer, I forgot what it's called, what baby deer is called.
No, doe's a female deer.
Bambi, whatever. And like I just put Bambi sad, and that's it.
Well,
Sorry, I'm gonna go through my notes.
I was gonna cut in every so often and give me fun facts on topics so that I get all of them.
Go ahead.
On the topic of animals, Walt Disney wanted the animation for the animals to be lifelike, so he had actual animals in the studio for them to study off of.
Interesting.
Yes.
Well, it shows. I'll tell you that. It sure does show.
Can you imagine coming into work one day and there's just a deer?
Like, hey, Walt, there's a deer in the fucking studio, man. And he was just like, yeah, man, same.
Is that how Walt talked?
Everyone in the 20s and 30s talked like that. Like, just think about it. Man, that I really found it hilarious when these squirrels were sweeping the dust under the rug, and Snow was like, not fucking there. So they just threw it in the fucking like little mouse hole, and I just put let's see, what was it? The rat had enough of that bullshit because she just came out and was like, whoa, and the spider too. You remember that?
Yeah. Did you notice Snow White loves all the animals except for like the rats and the spiders? Like, all the cute little forest animals, she's like, oh, I love you, mwah. And then all the rats and spiders, it's like, yeah, whatever.
Fuck off. You know? That little meme.
We should insert that sound clip.
Fuck off. The cleaning sequence. Man, that was fucking long. Like, I did not need that long of a cleaning sequence. Like, I know they're cleaning the house, and good for them. But, like... And I was not expecting the dwarves to be able to sing like that, man. I was not expecting the dwarves to sound like fucking Ben, you know? They don't look like that, at least in my eyes. Like when we first got introduced to Dopey and the gang, everybody, I knew that gem gag was coming when Dopey took 2 gems into the eyes, you know? Yeah, a fucking mile away. So before the movie started, I knew that was gonna happen.
Well, it's one of the iconic scenes from the movie that everyone sees, you know? So,
man, Sleepy, my fave, my boy, Sleepy looked fucking dead, dude. He was not having it the whole movie.
I have a very fun fact for you. I found this while I was researching, and I saw it, and I immediately went, oh my god, Leah was going to love this.
What is it?
The voice actor for Sleepy is the man who gave Goofy his laugh.
Whoa. Oh. It did the... Yuck.
Yes.
Gorge. Yuck. I love that. Why do I love that so much?
Because you love Goofy so much.
Oh my god, I don't know why I do, but I just do.
It's because you're Goofy.
Man, and when when the dwarves came in the house, and Dopey was like falling behind per usual, like they all turned around like, Dopey, shut the fuck up. Dopey was like, door, shut the fuck up. It was like fucking god damn it. Oh, that was funny. Oh yeah, and I also made a joke. If you guys are sensitive, I'm only making jokes. It's okay. I don't mean anything for real. But man, is Sneezy unvaccinated or something? Because this motherfucker is allergic to everything, dude. I did notice one thing. When they tied Sneezy's beard or mustache or whatever around his nose, and it was the animation with all of them in there, like, piled up against each other. Sneezy didn't get his full beard animated. You just saw the sideburns and like the little mustache, whatever, wrapped around his nose, but you didn't see anything else. That's what I was thinking. That's kind of weird, I guess. Man, when they discovered Snow's not body, because I mean she was fucking knocked. She was knocked the hell out. She was zonked, dude. And I was, man, she
was sleepy.
She's a heavy ass sleeper, bro. Like, just don't worry about what's going on the computer screen right now. But yeah,
there's two computer screens.
Yeah, I know. She was a heavy ass fucking sleeper. And what was it? When Dopey discovered Snow's body, Dopey just got fucking jumped. Dopey just got fucking hammered on, dude, and he's a trooper because he came back and he was just like, "Oh, we doing this thing, fellas, boys with a Z."
Speaking of Dopey, Charlie Chaplin saw the movie the day it came out, and he said that Dopey was probably one of the greatest comedians.
I can see it.
The physical comedy that they can reach in animation that they can't reach with physical bodies,
Yeah. I mean, that's coming from the king of physical comedy. I mean, because silent movies, yuck. Let's see. Yeah, Dopey is a trooper, and then when they all came in and they all looked at Snow, man, it was no hold bars. They were about to murder her ass. Like, she was as good as dead if she wasn't a girl. If it was a guy, I'm gone. This movie would have been like 20 minutes long, dude.
And it would have been a much higher rating.
Yeah, dude.
Can you believe that movie is rated... Oops.
You good?
Can you believe that movie is rated G?
G?
G. For general audiences.
Oh. Well, yeah, I can't believe it.
Even with the murder and the...
Bah. Kids don't get that. I got it, dude. Man, that queen's dead as dicks, dude. Like, gone. It was... That caught me super off guard. I knew she was gonna die. But... Like, Jesus Christ.
It's Jason
Bourne. Why does Doc have a stutter? Do you know that? Is it just because he's the oldest and he's like...
It's probably just part of his character. Just got worked into it, I guess. But I don't know that.
I guess. I mean, I don't know. Just kind of weird that I noticed. And like, he's the only one with a stutter.
Well, Dopey doesn't talk at all.
Well, yeah.
He was actually supposed to... He was supposed to talk. He was supposed to have all the funny, like, punchlines. But they couldn't find a voice that fit him. So instead of just giving him the wrong voice, they just cut his lines entirely.
Yeah, dude, grumpy. Like, I get it, he's supposed to be grumpy, but man, he's just a dick. Like, Grumpy's just a straight up dick. It's not even, let's just call him Dickie. You know? He's not fun. They all got
Why would they keep him around? He's such a buzzkill.
Bro, they all got big old noses. That's why. They're all dwarves. They all got big old nosies.
Okay, so I figured out why Doc stutters. The comedian who voiced him, Roy Atwell, used stammering in his act.
Oh.
Yes.
So they just...
It was kind of like casting a celebrity.
Yeah.
And being like, just do your voice so that everyone knows you're a celebrity.
Just do the thing that you do.
Do the thing you do good.
Do good.
Just
do good. No bad. No take. Only good.
Throw.
Oh. Anyways. Let's see, what else did I have? There was a little animation. If you're watching the YouTube video, I'll go ahead and pull it up and kind of show the audience, but you won't be able to see it, Morgan. But I don't know if you noticed, when Dopey got cleaned, like when they forced him to get clean and he kind of like shook it all off, that was a weird fucking animation. That was spooky as shit. Like, he didn't have eyes. It was just black, and it was just like it was just fucking
Demon Dopey.
Yeah, I was spooked.
That whole cleaning sequence is one of my favorite parts of the movie, when they're all getting clean with the soap.
Mm-hmm.
The gags with Dopey trying to hold the soap and then eating it and then burping bubbles while they're all like scrubbing Grumpy's face. I put Michael Bublé's, because bubbles. Poop hands. Poop hands. And man, they were really clowning on Grumpy, and they were like, flower crown, you fucking pussy. This podcast is just gonna be our inside jokes, isn't it?
No, not all of it.
Most of it.
If you guys get some of the jokes,
Gold star for you.
Gold star, and let us know. Let us know if you get like poop hands. Poop hands is a pretty good joke. The mirror was really snitching on fucking Snow, dude. Like, the doors were like, nah, it won't happen. Even Snow was like, dude, I'm cool. And the mirror was just right there. Coordinate -32 by 24.
It's
right
like,
there.
Have you seen that robot that solves Where's Waldo?
No.
That's what the mirror is.
The mirror's face was fucking blech too, man.
Did you realize that Shrek, that was a direct parody of that?
Yes, I knew that. No, let's not bring up Shrek in this podcast, okay? Let's leave our Lord and Savior's name out of this podcast.
Let's not use it in vain.
All right, just letting you know. I did know that all the background scenes and stuff like that, I know those were all hand painted.
Everything was hand drawn.
Yeah.
The background art was done by Claude Coates, who is a Disney legend. He just does the most amazing art, and like all the background animation. He did this movie, he did so many after this, and I just he's so amazing.
You're just not for this man, dude.
Yes.
Like,
this man who is not even alive.
He dead?
He dead.
Oh no, I definitely think he big dead.
Babe, this movie came out in 1937.
Yeah, well,
he died in 92.
He's not a super dead. He's pretty dead, but he's not like 40s.
He's
dead.
not Walt Disney dead.
Walt Disney's not dead. He's cryogenically frozen. Anyways.
Whatever you say.
Yeah, dude. Oh, talking about Grumpy having cake. Remember, I don't know who it was, but man, that Adam's apple.
That was... Ooh, I think that was Happy.
Was it Happy?
I'm not sure. I can't remember, but I know exactly what you're talking about.
But it was a scene where all of the dwarves were...
Song, yeah.
Yeah, the silly song, I guess. And whoever was yodeling, and their Adam's apple, which is...
And Dopey was going... And we were sitting there going...
Oh man, yeah, and I just wrote down like 3 comments about Grumpy having cake, and he knows how to work that thing, dude. That was crazy, man. That was real crazy. Alrighty. So that I did obviously notice the reference of multiple little people in a jacket gag that they used even in the Little Rascals. That popularized it again.
Yeah.
And now I know where that came from. After seeing it, I was like, oh, dude, Little Rascals. That's what it reminded me of. You ever seen Little Rascals?
Yeah.
Well, at least that one you've seen. Jesus Christ. I noticed there was a lot of rhyming. There's a lot of rhymes in this movie, especially in the songs, I did find it funny how after they tore up the pillow, Dopey was just like, this feather's good. He is a simple man. I put feather equals good pillow confirmed. that crow the whole time was just not having it. With the queen, like that crow was just not having it at all. Especially when the queen was like, "Hey, you want a bite of this apple, bud?" And the crow was just like, "Nah, dude, I'm gonna stay back here." You know. Mm-hmm. That was crazy.
Have you noticed a theme? Because obviously you haven't seen most of the classic Disney movies, but the theme of the villains having crows and ravens.
I wouldn't know.
I'll bring this up at a later date.
Yeah, bring it up in like a couple episodes.
I'll bring it up in Sleeping Beauty because, yeah.
Oh, dude, I heard that movie has a fucking dragon. Does it have a dragon?
Yes.
Oh, dude, I'm gonna love that movie. Love dragons. Anyways, and I just was that whole thing just one fucking night?
Yeah.
Right?
Well,
Did you not notice that?
She ran through the woods, went to sleep.
Yeah, I know that.
Dwarves found her. They partied, went to sleep again. Dwarves left for work again. And then the witch was like...
The witch came back and, just...
The witch came back.
Yeah, like, you want this apple?
It's a wishing apple.
You want a bite of this apple? That Mamma Mia.
I'll hold it for later.
What? Oh,
it's later in the movie.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I noticed that was just all one fucking night. So much that the course of this movie happens in like 2 days.
Yeah.
That's crazy, dude. Like Christ.
Can you imagine the amount of counseling Snow White would have to go through to get over this shit?
She don't care, dude. She's with the
prince.
I
was literally dead. My stepmother killed me dieted me. I was in a coffin.
She's with the prince now. It doesn't matter, dude. She you know what they're doing. Yeah, she's not innocent now. Yuck. Grumpy came around. Grumpy sure did come around. Mm-hmm. Especially with it was before when... I think it was before. Oh, no. It was that scene where, she kissed the top of Grumpy's head. Mm-hmm. And Grumpy was like, yuck, sort of thing. And yeah, I guess, she's innocent, whatever, man. She's a fucking goof. She's so gullible. She's such a goof, man.
She's a princess, so she kind of has reason to be naive and gullible, because she's been raised in a castle her whole life. She probably hasn't interacted with many human beings other than her stepmother.
True. Mm-hmm. But still.
And her stepmother's literally a witch.
That's her stepmom? One of those.
It's her stepmom.
Oh.
Basically, the lore is her mom got really sick and died. The evil queen married her dad so that she could become queen, and then he mysteriously died.
Oh, shit. Mm-hmm. That's crazy. Brazy, dude. Again, the score, super good. Just Mamma Mia. That's one spicy meatball. That's a good fucking score, even for 37.
Yeah.
Like I think the scores now are pretty great, but man.
Yeah. That's one thing you will notice going through these movies. Mm-hmm. The music is always just on point.
Mm-hmm. I forgot to mention this at the beginning, but it kind of came back here. But I forgot to mention in the beginning. I made a joke about reading. Like it started off with reading, and I was just like, reading? The fuck? I thought I was watching a movie. But all jokes aside, I really liked that in real life book opening. Yeah. Where the book just opens and there it is. That's the story. It's like we're reading a story or whatever.
Yeah.
And it comes back again with, the dwarves were sad and blah, blah, blah.
You know what I love? When the witch is trying to get Snow White to eat the apple, and she's getting super impatient with her, because Snow White's making this big dramatic wish, and she's like, yes, come on, get on with it, eat the apple. Come on, before the dwarfs get home. And she's like, oh, but I want the prince to love me. And the witch is like, eat it!
Eat the fucking apple!
Eat it!
is the queen being very self-centered a metaphor for anything? Because I know there are theories of this movie and it being like the dwarves are the seven that they send and blah, like a fucking blah sort of thing. Is the queen just a straight up bitch, or is that like a metaphor for something?
I'm pretty sure she's just a straight up bitch.
Okay.
Like, it's an old fashioned fairy tale.
Okay.
Speaking of the evil queen, here's a fun fact.
Fun fact.
The evil queen and the witch, that was the same voice actress.
No.
You want to know how she got her voice to change for the hag? She took out her teeth.
What the fuck?
She had dentures, and so, like, for the queen, she was all pretty and eloquent, and then to get the, like, snarl of the hag, she just took out her dentures.
Bro, that shook.
Dedication.
That was crazy. I when you said took out her teeth, I just imagined like fucking tooth pulling like some sauce.
Like she ate a candy apple and just all her teeth came out of it.
Dude. It was like perfect. This is how to get it.
Mm-hmm. Dedication, man. Just yeet teeth.
Just yeet. That's it, dude.
And all the people in the recording booth are going, yeah.
I'd be that one person in the recording booth like, fucking stop.
What the fuck?
Stop. There's blood everywhere. Stop. Yeah, and pretty much like the last, this is obviously the end of the movie, when the prince came up and kissed her. What if she was dead, man? Because she was pretty much just fucking deceased. You know, like in a preserved, fossilized state.
Well,
like,
that would have been really cold.
Like, what if she, like...
And also really creepy.
I don't think the prince knew that she was under a spell or whatever.
Yeah.
Because I think he just kind of came up like, hey, that's the prince, or that's the princess. Let me just, because you're dead, see you later. And she was like, I'm not dead.
He was so overtaken by grief. He wanted to say goodbye to this beautiful woman.
She's fucking dead.
Yeah.
She was literally fucking dead. And
you're saying if I dropped dead next to you, you wouldn't kiss me goodbye?
On the lips? On the lips? Dude, your lips are like fucking ice cold after you're dead. It just...
Can I at least get a forehead kiss after I'm dead?
Alright.
Okay, cool.
Alright.
Shake on it?
Business.
This is business.
And then after that, like pretty much Snow White was just like, all right, see ya, losers.
Mm-hmm.
Just rode off into fucking heaven with the prince. Because, I mean, the castle just appeared out of the clouds. Like, I understand it's probably a metaphor for like, the fucking castle is so far away, and, you know, this is happily ever after. But she went to heaven. They died together. And that horse. That horse is fucking dead too.
You're so dark.
Lipstick in my Valentino white bag, dude. Like, bro, this movie was according to your research based on like cannibalism and all that shit. I'm dark.
So cannibalism, originally in the story, the queen wanted her lung and her liver to eat as proof.
Fuck?
Instead of her heart, she wanted the lung and the liver.
Fuck.
And she, after Snow White was saved by the prince, she was tortured to dance in red hot shoes.
The queen?
Forever. Yes.
So the queen didn't die in the
original. No.
So what happened?
She was tortured forever to dance in red hot shoes.
So...
But that's not exactly Disney, so instead they decided to just fucking kill her.
Yeah, she sure was just fucking dead, dude. Mm-hmm. So, okay, so I'm assuming in the original tale or whatever, the dwarves didn't chase her up the mountain.
I haven't read the original tale.
Okay. Because, I mean, I'm assuming they don't chase her up the mountain, because if they did, then how she fucking escaped? Or the dwarves all died.
Yeah. Disney took a lot of liberties with these folktales, because they're folktales, so they're word of mouth, so...
Well, yeah, but...
They're open to a lot of interpretation.
But still, I mean... Queen's just fucking dead.
There was so much murder in that movie. Like, hiring the huntsman to go kill Snow White just because she's jealous of how pretty she is.
The huntsman was a nice guy.
Yeah, he was.
He was pretty chill.
Also, can we talk about how pretty Snow White is?
Her face is kind of weird.
So, her blush. The cell animators were mostly women back in this time. And the paint that they used on the cells didn't create a natural blush, so they would actually bring in their own makeup and apply the blush.
That's cute.
Yeah, it's cute.
Thank you.
Aww. Gay.
Anyways.
Alright, so taking it all the way back to the beginning of the movie.
Take it way back to the first black man.
Anyway, did you notice something weird about the credits?
Not really. The fact that it was like ye old English font.
So, none of the voice actors were credited in the movie.
Pero por qué?
It was an attempt to preserve the magic.
Oh.
However, the voice of Snow White, Adriana Caselotti, her contract was so strict that it basically ended her career before it could begin, because she was not allowed to use her voice anywhere else because it was Snow White's voice.
Yeah.
She wasn't allowed to use it in movies or radio. Like, literally the only other movie role that she had was uncredited. She did one voiceover in The Wizard of Oz.
Oh.
And other than that, she moved into opera and she continued to voice Snow White for the rest of her life.
Damn.
She received less than $1,000 for her role in this film.
Dang. Mm-hmm. Wow, dude. Talk about getting...
One other thing that I did notice this time watching it through was the songs had morals. Or, like, they taught something. Like, Whistle While You Work.
Yeah.
And the cleaning song, it's like, if you're getting kids to do housework and chores and to clean...
Yeah.
That's a pretty good idea, if you ask me. They're gonna go home and be like...
Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy. I didn't notice that. Well, now looking back at it, yeah. Mm-hmm. I definitely noticed that, especially with the cleaning and like the bath time song.
Did you notice how expressive the dwarves were?
Yes. They were pretty radical.
Their eyebrows, 6 out of 7 of the dwarves' eyebrows were modeled after Walt Disney. And that's why they all had the same eyebrows, other than one.
Yeah, other than Dopey.
Doc.
No. Dopey didn't have the same eyebrows as the rest of them.
Yeah, I did.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, I did.
No, he didn't.
Yeah.
Dude. Look it up on your phone right now. Right there.
I'm doing it right now.
Okay. Well, I didn't, from what I even noticed that. I noticed all the dwarves had the same eyebrows besides Dopey, because Dopey just had the black filled-in eyebrows.
See, look. Happy has bushy white eyebrows, and the rest of them have black eyebrows.
Oh. Then was I just tripping?
You just got schooled.
I don't know. I never mind then. I guess.
You trying to come toe-to-toe with me about Snow White? Come on, man.
My bad. Sorry.
All right.
Close the window.
One thing you brought up while we were watching the movie, but you didn't bring up in your notes, was the prince. How little he was in the movie.
Yeah, I did. I did bring. I put that in my notes. I just didn't say it. Mm-hmm. The prince really just swooped in, and I put the girl. For some reason, I didn't put Snow White. I don't know why I didn't put Snow White, but I put the prince really just swooped in, and the girl said, "Yeet." Like, she really just yeeted out of there, dude. Like, nothing ever happened.
Well, the prince was only in about 2 minutes of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Because he was so hard to animate.
The prince?
The prince, yes. He was the hardest character to animate.
Why? Because of all his... whatever? Like, clothes?
All his man bits.
I was just talking about his clothes, but...
I think it was the face. I mean... Snow White had quite a simple face, and then the dwarves were caricatures, so they were easy to animate, and then realistic man, it's just like...
I guess.
Men are difficult.
Yeah. Yeah, we are. Anyways.
Is there anything else you would like to bring up?
No, not really. It's just, I thought it was a pretty good movie overall.
Yeah, well, this is obviously our first movie for the podcast, so it holds the number 1 spot.
Yeah,
in your rating.
Yeah, I mean,
don't really have a choice. But
yeah, so yeah, just holds up as number 1.
What rating do you think audiences give it?
Out of what? Like,
out of 10. Like on IMDb and Rotten Tomatoes, what do you think?
The audiences give it now?
Yes.
Has to be higher than an 80. Definitely higher than an 80.
On IMDb, it has a 7.6, and on Rotten Tomatoes, it has a 78%.
What the fuck? These people are tripping, dog. Unless the other Disney movies just fucking blow the shit out the water, you know? What
rating do you think critics give it? Critics on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, higher than 80. I'm sticking to my guns.
98% fresh.
There you go. See? That's what I'm talking about.
Do you think it deserves such a high rating, or does it get a sort of bias for being the first?
No, I think it really does deserve the high rating. I mean, the score and the animation, even the subtle bits of animation just blew it out the water from what I was expecting. I wasn't expecting that forest scene. I wasn't expecting little details, especially with the witch transformation or the queen transformation. I was not expecting that. You know, coming from a completely unbiased opinion, this was a really good movie because I've never seen any of the other fucking Disney movies, so I wouldn't know. You know, so I thought this was great. I really did.
One final question before we close this out. What magical Disney lessons did you take away?
Disney lessons. Okay. I don't know, dude. Don't trust an old lady.
An old lady with an apple?
Especially with an apple. God forbid she offers you an apple. Don't do it. Don't do it. I guess just... I would say, like, stick to your guns. But I wouldn't really say that either because Snow White was just naive. I guess don't be naive.
Don't be naive or else you'll end up half dead by an old witch with an apple.
And a guy will just come and kiss you and you'll be swooped away to heaven. That's my takeaway.
All right.
What about you? What do you think? What are your thoughts on that movie? Obviously, a completely biased opinion.
As I said at the beginning, Snow White is my all-time favorite princess. I have, 3 Snow White costumes. I dressed up as her for my 3rd birthday. Every time I meet her at Disneyland, I cry my eyes out. And my mom asks me all the time, she's like, what drew you to Snow White? And to be honest, I just don't know. I have many ideas, she's sweet, she's kind, she's caring, she's pretty, she's gentle, but when it all comes down to it, I have no idea why I love her so much. She's just, to me, she's the best. End of story.
Yeah. So, in your ratings now, from...
Babe, I'm too biased to do a rating system.
So obviously she's just number 1 for you.
She's just number 1.
This is just number 1 for you. Okay.
Yeah.
So I guess the ratings thing will go on to the other movies.
The ratings thing should just be you because I am way too biased.
Well, I mean, in your honest opinion of your favorite Disney movies, you know? Compared to my ratings, obviously your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 may be different from my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah.
Sort of thing, you know? I may like another movie better than Snow White, which could be a possibility.
Which could be a divorceable offense.
It's cool.
We're not even married, but I'll marry you just to divorce you.
Alright, fair enough. Well, I think that's pretty much it. We'd like to say a quick thank you to the artist that did our logo, Hamil Gianzon. She does incredible art and is an incredible friend and person to be around. If you like our logo and would like to see any more of her artwork, go ahead and check out her Twitter @BaggedSoda. That's BAGGEDSODA. All in one word. Also, her Instagram is @sleepygirlhours. That's SLEEPYGORLHOURS. Thank you again, Hamil. We appreciate you greatly. Also, thank you to the Fonto Man for providing the font we use for the movie titles on that logo. It is called Walter. You could find it on dafont.com. Thanks, guys.
Thank you guys so much for listening.
If you like what you heard, go ahead and throw us a follow on Spotify, SoundCloud, iTunes, and YouTube.
I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Our next episode will be Pinocchio. See you next time, and remember,
be good people.